Hello, everyone, and welcome to Random Number Generation, the GDQ Hotfix show about randomizers and the runners and communities behind them. I'm Skybills, your host, and this is episode 117, Quad Rando with Andy. And again, if you want to know what Quad Rando is, that is the classic Z1, M1, Super Metroid, and A Link to the Past. Yes, that is all four of them in its early state. And I have Andy here with me, who, again, Andy, I know you have been doing all kinds of gaming this month. Thank you so much for being here tonight, and welcome back to RNG. How are you doing?
I am doing great. Thanks for having me, Sky.
Of course. So what state is this Quad Rando in right now? Because I've been seeing your stream, and I've heard so much about the Quad Rando. Do you want to take a minute before we jump into the chaos here and tell me what state the Quad Rando's in right now?
Well, hold on, I'm on the stream. Cool. Okay. Well, on the screen, it says 0.2.0. So we're real early in dev. There is a public alpha that is live now. It's mostly stable with some logic bugs that make some seeds unbeatable. But other than that, it's great.
Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, there is a chance, again, because there are some of those bugs around, that could be a thing that happens here. And if that happens, we have contingency plans. This is a showcase, after all. And we will see how cursed RNG is today if we do run into some of those logic bugs. So, again, this is still fairly cutting edge right now. I haven't seen any other quad randos right now. We've seen some archipelagos and stuff, but this is very different. This is more towards our traditional randomizer. As we see, we have a tracker again. Thank you for providing that. And I am very excited to see this. Lots of gameplay tonight, so let's get underway. Andy, are you ready to go?
Yeah. Before we start, I'm going to do a quick little show off, and we can show this off later again as well.
Sure.
Once there's
absolutely.
actual information. But to go along with this item tracker that you see on the screen, I have a big quad program, basically, made by a pal of mine, Death Futon. We have this tracker you can see over the game feed right now. It has all the Zelda 1 entrances, and you can toggle between all the dungeons, like so. All the green squares are entrances or item checks. You have your Zelda 1, your Metroid 1, your Link to the Past, and your Super Metroid, all here. If you need an idea on how big this is, it is quite large. So we're going to be showcasing some of the new settings that just got added to the alpha. Link to the Past with Entrance Shuffle. Super Metroid with Map Randomizer, which we closed AGDQ 2025 with. Zelda 1 with Entrance Shuffle, and then Metroid 1 as intended. So... yeah, we have 3 hours, so let's get into it, shall we?
Yeah, absolutely. On your count.
All right, let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck and have fun. Yeah, y'all better follow Andy. Andy, is a master, by the way, well, first of all, Link to the Past. Y'all know Andy from Link to the Past, I'm sure. We have Super Metroid as well. And then Andy had some choice thoughts, we'll say, about Metroid at the beginning, or how everybody feels about Metroid 1. Andy,
yeah, Metroid 1 is certainly a video game.
I must be the only one who likes that game, because Andy did say that the randomizer does have a way to toggle off certain games. So if all four of those maps looked overwhelming to have, you can toggle certain games off. So I asked Andy, which is apparently this is a blasphemous question in the community. I'm like, can you toggle off Link to the Past? Because that's the only one I'm not really familiar with. And Andy's like, no, not right now. Everything is tied into the Link to the Past randomizer. And I'm like, leave it to me to find the one combination of the 4 games that you can't toggle off. So I always found that to be pretty funny.
Yeah, so already, the game is siding with you this time, Sky, and giving me M1 Morph Ball as my first check.
Yes.
Which is doesn't do too much yet, but getting Morph Bombs for M1 might change things.
Sure.
So yeah, as you can see, all the entrances are shuffled. Hyrule Castle entrance had Paradox Cave in it. The Sanctuary was in Kakariko. So the objective is to find all of the dungeons we need in A Link to the Past. Find Ganon's Tower, beat Ganon, all that stuff. All of the goals by default are full game goals. So get all 7 crystals in Link to the Past, beat Kraid. Ooh, that's a problem. Hold on. We might be stuck in this entrance, which is fine. I can just save and quit. Okay, we made it. We're fine. Beat Kraid and Ridley in Metroid 1, and then beat Mother Brain and Torian. Zelda 1, get all 8 of the Triforce pieces, and then beat Ganon in L9. And then beat all 4 Super Metroid bosses and kill Mother Brain in that game. Nice and easy. Green Pen and Turtle Rock. But yeah, the entrance shuffle and map rando parts of this are all very new. So they are still not super well implemented yet. They're implemented in a functional state and not necessarily a good a super good state yet, but that's okay.
So are all the entrances to the other games as of right now in the same spot, or is that randomized?
They are in the same spots for it's a little weird. So the entrances in A Link to the Past are always going to be the same portals for now. There's 1 portal to Zelda 1, 1 portal to Metroid 1, and 4 portals to Super Metroid. But because Super Metroid map randomizer is on, where we get taken in Super Metroid is random.
Okay.
So the portals can be pretty weird for Super Metroid currently. I don't think we got M1 bombs. I think we got M1 missiles. The M1 sprites are something.
I recognized the Zelda 1 sprite, so I noticed you had the letter from Zelda 1, and I also recognized the 5-piece ruby from Zelda 1. So at least I can recognize some of that, of what's going on right now. And as you said, you found the Morph Ball, which doesn't surprise me because you can't do much in Metroid 1 without said Morph Ball. So it sounds like something important might be at the beginning of Metroid 1. I know that might not be what you want to hear, but it's what I'm feeling right now. I could be wrong. It's a big 4 games. It's a big 4 games, but yeah. I don't fault you for going through A Link to the Past. This is, I'm guessing, what you're familiar with. This is where the hub world is, so to speak. Do you tend to go through A Link to the Past first, just because you're the most familiar with it? It probably contains the most checks, if I were to guess.
It does. I think Zelda 1 is pretty close in terms of number of checks. Every room that has an item like spawn in Zelda 1 is randomized into the pool. So it's not quite the same as Zelda 1 randomizer is by itself. So there's a decent more amount of items in Zelda 1 than normal. I think dungeons are forced to have like a certain number of keys in them still. But yeah, there's a lot of items. Metroid 1 is the smallest. I think it has 39 item checks.
Yep, that sounds about right.
It doesn't have the M1 like quality of life stuff that Metal Machine has added with like putting some checks in the random rooms that have nothing in the vanilla game yet. Then Super Metroid has 100. Link to the Past 216. I think Zelda 1 is like in the 140, 150 range. I don't know exactly off the top of my head.
It doesn't surprise me given how big some of the dungeons are in Zelda 1. And I want to note, too, that the Zelda 1, because there's so many versions of Zelda 1 out there, this is not the Fred Coughlin version where there's random shapes. A lot of folks might want to know
Not
that.
yet.
This is consistent. Not yet. Oh, my. I could not imagine shapes.
Not yet. I believe Shapes is on Total's to-do list.
Ooh.
But yeah, for now it is just the entrance shuffle and nothing else.
Now, the sprite shuffle, I notice you're the pug here in Link to the Past. Absolutely love this. This is the Andy Pug.
Yep.
And is this the only one where you get to be the Andy Pug?
This is currently, yes. There is a buff pug sprite for Super Metroid, but it is not available on the website because the website's kind of held together with duct tape currently. Total basically just took the SMZ3 website and just extremely jankily made it the quad website. So it works. But yeah, eventually there will be more sprites for all of the games, I imagine. But for Zelda 1 and Metroid 1, it's just the vanilla sprites available currently.
You got to start somewhere, right? And also, Andy, again, I talked about you being in a variety of events this past month. Now, we all know that the games list is going to be coming out this week. GDQ games list coming out this week. Did you submit stuff? And if so, what did you submit, Andy?
I did not submit anything for SGDQ.
You did not submit anything.
Not this time. I took this event off.
Gotcha.
I am super pumped for my good pal Supersonic to be the opener, though. I'm super happy for him.
Oh, heck yeah. And any friends from maybe like the Super Metroid community or Link to the Past community that may have submitted that you know of?
I think Oates and Eddie submitted another map rando race, and they also submitted a low percent race.
Very cool. Yeah.
And so yeah, what's GDQ without Super Metroid?
Well, for sure, we're looking forward to seeing that list come out too. So again, as a reminder, y'all, Summer Games Done Quick 2025 will be live in Minneapolis from July 6th through the 13th. Register to attend the event by May 26th. That'll be up sooner than you think. Use !SGDQ in Twitch chat or visit gamesdonequick.com for more info. Andy, are you planning on attending at all?
I am not sure.
Okay.
TBD still. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Andy's been very busy. Just came back from an event, Heroes of Time, which raised quite a bit of money from what I can understand. So again, congrats to everyone involved in that event. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's been a busy month, but glad I could make some time for your show, Sky.
Oh, it's an honor to have you here again. I have been lurking and watching this for weeks, Andy. These are what I consider to be the classic randomizers, and I remember the first time I saw when Link to the Past and Super Metroid were combined, and now this is like a whole nother level of this. So as someone who is a lover of randomizers and seems a little overwhelmed by the fact, you showed all those maps at the beginning. How do you keep all of these games together? I mean, you have the tracker, but like first time you did this, how did you feel about keeping all these randomizers together? What was your time when you finished your first one?
Oh, my first one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's a little tough to answer because the first 3 of them I did, I think, were in like pre-alpha.
Okay.
And none of them were finishable.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time I actually got around to, by the time it was stable enough to generate a beatable seed, it probably took me like 5.5 hours.
That's pretty good for 4 games. That's impressive.
Yeah, some of the better runners of quad can finish pretty standard in like 4 to 4.5 hours. With these settings, though, with these settings being so new, the most recent one that I finished, I think, took me 8.5 hours.
Wow.
But I don't know how much lower that's gonna go. This is gonna be
just like a sampling of this. So like, what would you like to finish within 3 hours? Again, we do not by any means expect you to finish. What do you want to finish in the 3 hours here? What would you like to ideally?
Beating a couple Link to the Past dungeons would be cool. I'll be very surprised if I don't beat any Zelda 1 dungeons.
Those are pretty short.
Zelda 1 is also like pretty open right off the bat with Zelda 1 Entrance Shuffle being on. So like, you probably have a lot of dungeons just sitting there waiting. Level 8 loves to have every progression item known to man. So I'd probably say, I don't know, maybe like 6 or 7 bosses getting beaten would be nice.
How comfortable do you feel with Zelda 1, Andy? You don't have to answer that one. I was just genuinely curious as one Zelda 1 runner.
I feel mostly comfortable. So the big thing with this, compared to your normal Zelda 1 and Metroid 1 experiences, is, so like this is all working on a Super Nintendo, right?
Right.
With a flash cart. And so to get that to work, Total, the creator of the original combo Rando and the creator of this monstrosity, had to upport the NES games to the SNES. And NES games running on a Super Nintendo have essentially zero lag. So some of the later, level 7, level 8, level 9 rooms with like 8,000 enemies and no lag causes some skill issue problems. Because when you're fighting like 9 blue dark nuts in a room in Zelda 1, the game goes down to like 10 FPS, and you can kind of like methodically move around the room and like react pretty, not necessarily like easily, but you have time to think about your next move. And when the game's just running at 60 FPS the whole time, you don't really have that much time to think. I'm sure we'll get to showcase some of the lack of lag in Zelda 1.
I cannot wait to see. Please, if you can, if that's a big if, and again, no judgment here. If you can, I would love to see what is lovingly called by Lack Attack the Blue Lagoon rooms in Zelda 1, if that's the case. That is BMOS. Oh, Andy knows exactly what I'm talking about here. The BMOS and the Blue Dark Knights, because those are the ones that do slow down. Also, we did, get a French vanilla hammer there. Yes, I know. Cue the use this even randomized. Here you go. Blah, 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 blah.
All right. Yes. So compared to the map Rando you saw at GDQ, this is a much more bare bones version of it. As you can see, all the items are just dots. The fact that the map even works in the quad randomizer at all is a miracle, probably. But it works. It's good enough. And yeah, this is just like a random portal. If we die, we actually get put back on the ship, which is potentially a problem, but I can always reset back out, I think. So we're not going to explore Super Metroid too much, at least until we get some power bombs, I think.
Oh, Andy, did you mark the hammer, by the way, on the tracker? I just want to make sure.
Nope. Feel free to yell at me, chat, if I if I forget to track stuff.
I'm just doing that for anyone new who may be coming in. Again, this is the first time we've had the quad rando on here, so I just want to make sure folks coming in kind of know what's been covered so far.
There's another glove down there.
Also, what was What was that sprite on Samus, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, here, I can stand up, actually, and show it off on my shirt.
Okay. It's muscular Kirby. Okay,
Yep.
okay.
Yep. My dreamboat, to be honest.
Okay. I've never seen that before. It was really cute. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so we can't have Buff Pug yet, so might as well buff Kirby it up instead,
Don't worry, Chad. I'll make sure anything Andy hasn't tracked yet, I'll say something. I'm not gonna yell at Andy, but Andy's kind of got his hands full a little bit, But
yeah,
I'll do
the early game of something like this is just a lot to take in. There's a lot of tracking and thinking, like with entrance shuffle on and map rando on, figuring out what exactly I should be doing. There's just a lot going on where like once we get maybe like 20 minutes in, 30 minutes in, things normalize a little bit. I have a Quake. I have an Ether. Okay. Let's see, what else do I have on my tracker? Bottle, book, hammer, lamp, Ether. Okay, I think we're good.
Missing Quake on tracker. I think we got that right. That's a little lightning bolt thingy.
Yeah, that's the Ether medallion.
Yeah, there we go. All right, we got that.
Yeah, one really cool thing is we also have item quick swap and Link to the Past with the LNR buttons, and we also have item quick swap in Zelda 1 with the LNR buttons, which we'll get to see later.
So I assume you're going to push as far as you can in Link to the Past, just because, again, sheer volume of items, you can zoom through this quickly. You're very comfortable with Link to the Past. I assume this is going to be your plan to start.
Yeah, until I get like a reasonable Zelda 1 item, or weapon, I mean.
Yeah, because Zelda 1's so open, like you said.
Yeah.
That would make sense to me.
Yeah, so like, even just getting like wooden sword, I'll probably just commit to Zelda 1 for a while. Maybe we'll get lucky with the the swords are not progressive yet, so they're just placed anywhere. So you can find the white sword or the magical sword first, and just be set for life in Zelda 1.
I do something really silly in a dual rando, because again, I just did my first one, Zelda 1 M1, and I do something called the breadcrumb theory, where if I find something from another game, I'll go there right away if it's possible, thinking that the game's trying to lead me in some cosmic direction. Obviously, you're doing it right where you go where the big concentration of checks are, but like I see the morph ball from Metroid 1, I would have been there saying, okay, is the universe trying to tell me something? But that's really silly. I like the way Andy's doing this from a more logical perspective, for sure.
Yeah, Metroid 1 also doesn't actually have too much available right off the start. The portal,
it's something really good, right?
The portal for Metroid 1 is like to the right of where you start normally. So you have access to like the upper part of Brinstar and like the first check in Norfair. Without Morph Ball. So the Morph Ball only gives you the Morph Ball pedestal item in M1 to start.
But what if it's like the best item ever, Andy? Like, what
it
if
could.
It's like, yeah,
we'll find out eventually.
I always think about that. Like, I always think about, if I get this item early, what am I possibly, we call this orphaning a check. Like, if you have something early, what am I possibly orphaning early? And what if it's like the ladder from Zelda 1, which everybody knows that is the one item that likes to be elusive. If you orphan something, it's going to be the ladder from Zelda 1 every time. Andy, do you remember where you found the ladder in Zelda 1? Like anywhere outrageous? I'm just asking as someone who always seems to find it a ridiculous amount of time to do it.
There's a lot of extremely terrible checks in Norfair and Metroid 1. There's like 10 really fast ones, and then 5 checks that take like 20 minutes to do. And those 5 checks that take 20 minutes love to have like my Link to the Past Moon Pearl, my Zelda 1 recorder, you name it. So we're gonna, hope that we don't ever have to do Norfair and Metroid 1 today. That's the dream.
Sure. Or Green Norfair and Metroid 1 is a nightmare. It's so deep. There's so many. It's so easy to get lost back there. It's not the most friendly area if you don't have defense back there in forms of the various suit in Metroid 1. You don't want to be in Green Norfair. I don't like it there at all. And that's in Metroid 1, mind you. Now, of course, was that the white sword?
That was a Link to the Past sword. The Link to the Past swords are still progressive as they are in the normal randomizer. A lot of the Link to the Past Super Metroid randomizer features are still present. It's just a lot of the Zelda 1, Metroid 1 stuff is not. The Metroid 1 does have the beam combination patch as a part of it, so you're not losing Ice Beam or Wave Beam when you find them, which is nice.
I am just geeking out over this right now. Like, again, I've been wanting to have this on for so long. This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in terms of randomizers. And I can't believe they're going to put shapes into this, Andy. Like, that is wild to think about.
Yeah. Like, at a certain point, we're going to have to just tell Total to stop because it's going to take too long. But, the ideal worlds with the quad randomizer is to have all the games be, just randomizable individually, so you can choose which of the combination of 4 games you want. So you could just generate, the 2 Zelda games. If you're not a huge Metroid fan, you could just generate the Metroid games. If you're not a huge Zelda fan, you can generate just the NES games. You can generate just the Super Nintendo games. Anything your heart desires. Which will be really, really cool when that ends up getting finished.
I love them all, though. Like, this is so cool.
I almost got crabbed live on GDQ.
Oh, no.
I'm notorious for just dying outside of Ice Rod Cave area because I love doing it with no health for whatever reason.
Oh, the dog swimming is so cute.
Yeah, Pug opens his mouth when he swims too, which is cute.
It's the best sprite. Oh, okay, that's adorable. I love dogs so much.
I think my favorite is when you take the book to the Desert Palace entrance, there's like a little prayer animation normally, and the Pug does like a little head tilt instead.
Oh. This Pug is so wholesome.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for a Z1 item. That would be really nice to be able to pop on that tracker. Then we can get out of boring Link to the Past and go to a better game like Zelda 1,
Hey, I didn't say it, you did. I would do what I was thinking, but I ain't gonna say it that way, Oh, that was cool, Andy. I appreciate the bounce you did there with the bomb.
That was a little pretty easy rail clip just to be able to get into this dungeon and do a couple of checks before we leave.
So yeah, this is, if memory serves right, this is Turtle Rock, yeah?
Yep, this is Turtle Rock, one of the last dungeons you do in the normal game. Normally do it with more than 4 hearts and a fighter sword.
Yeah, I would say so. I always associated Turtle Rock. This is the Mario Creatures dungeon.
Yep, we got Pokies and Pain Chomps. All right, that's fine.
Well, it wasn't the crab at least, Andy.
It wasn't the crab. Let's see. Maybe we just do that later.
I think this is a really cool trick, though. I mean, again, you kind of take this stuff for granted, but I don't. Again, I don't get a chance to see a lot of these tricks often. So you're like, it's just a regular thing. I'm like, this is neat.
Yeah, it's really only used in like entrance shuffle seeds, because normally you don't ever need to go through that railing to go from right to left. But it is quite useful with entrance shuffle on.
So while Andy is working his way through stuff again, I do want to remind you all, if you want to get in on some of the magic we do here at Games Done Quick, remember, Games Done Quick is hiring. If you love doing creative work and you have experience in planning and organizing, apply to be a prize assistant at our mainline events. Visit gamesdonequick.com/jobs by May 11th to apply. Again, that is another date that is coming up really soon. So again, be sure if you want to join our team, specifically our prize team, be sure to apply to that soon. You can also do that clip with the boots, apparently. Yeah, we haven't seen the boots yet. I don't know what it is. Every time I watch Andy do one of these, the boots never seem to appear on time. This is another hype cave here coming up. I am excited, Andy. So you want to see some Zelda 1 stuff here?
Yeah, give me a magical rod. That'd be fantastic.
Okay. All right, so that's increased
Blue mail
armor
is fine. A missile pack. Oh. All right, so now,
Metroid.
Now you have like the entire Metroid 1 game open.
I am wagging my finger at the screen right now.
I thought about just joking around and how I was gonna be like, this is just a 3-game randomizer, and then be like, oh, I can't believe I totally forgot about Metroid 1, like right before the show ended. But I don't think that's going to be... I don't think I'm going to be able to swing that one this time.
You kind of got the bread and butter of Metroid 1 here, Andy. I'm not going to lie.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. As the Metroid 1 apologist, I will apologize to you. I'm so sorry you have to deal with my love Metroid 1.
So in the same vein as the Zelda 1 lagless issues, they're less of an issue in Metroid 1. They actually make the game significantly more enjoyable than normal. Being able to platform up and down Metroid 1 without much lag. So it is moderately more tolerable than normal.
Oh, this is like the super duper mega hype cave. Wait.
All right.
Wait a second. Okay, I'm a little confused. Wait, that wasn't a hype cave. Was that a mini game?
Yeah, that was the chess game.
Oh, that was the chess game.
And we got another sword. So we're rocking the Master Sword now.
Ooh.
I think I have to buy the merchant items still.
For some reason, okay, this shows you how unfamiliar I am with Link to the Past. I'm going to get some comment on YouTube saying, Sky, it wasn't a hype cave, that was a video. I'm sorry, I saw the treasure there, okay? But the minute I saw Andy peace out, I'm like, wait, Sky, oh, hey, look, wave beam. Everybody wave. Let's see some wave emotes.
Wave beam number 1. There's another one out there somewhere.
It doesn't do anything, though, yeah?
Wave beam will let me get through some blue gates in Super Metroid, wherever they end up being. But that
was the Super Metroid wave. I thought that was the Metroid, the Metroid 1 wave. That
was the Super Metroid wave.
Okay, they all look the same to me.
Yeah, they're pretty similar. You just gotta, know what the 16-bit sprites look like compared to the 8-bit sprites. Yeah. All right. So yeah, Total added a nice little room here in Metroid 1 to act as a portal. It's really easy to add extra doors in Metroid 1, so ideally there will be a bunch of portals to get around all the overworld's backtracking you have to do in this game. Okay, can't do that yet. Let's up A.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what's here.
Crate will be a little iffy for me right now, I think. We have arrow. We don't need those.
All right, I'll retract what I said about that being a good item. Dang, I wanted to be right.
Yeah, Metroid 1's not too bad without lag, to be honest. I don't mind it. I mostly just give it a hard time because it's Metroid 1.
I notice you have slower door entrances here.
Yeah, I imagine they're slow in Super Metroid as well. I imagine that's on the pipeline somewhere, but not a priority.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see what quality of life stuff you do/do not have here. Does that mean you also have slow text in Zelda 1?
There is no text in... Oh, yes, there is. Yeah, it's all slow. I was going
to be like, wait a second.
It's all slow. Yep, the hints in the dungeons are very slow.
Yeah.
All right, that's our first Power Bomb pack, I think, for Super Metroid, so that's good.
Ooh, fancy text, too, for this. That's kind of nice.
Yep. So the NES games have custom text boxes. So that's just in case you... It was more like a Zelda 1 preventative measure. When you kill all the enemies in a room and the item spawns, if you are just on the tile the item spawned, it would only show up for 1 frame on screen. So it's kind of like a precaution to make sure that you see what item you got. Okay, there's something else over here. But yeah, it does look really nice. Total did a really good job with the NES text box. There is a quality of life here. When you up A to respawn, or if you die, you actually spawn with full health instead of like 50 or whatever it is normally. So that's nice. I don't have any missiles.
Oh, I saw that jump you did. Not everybody knows how to do that, by the way, Andy. So well done there.
Yeah, it's pretty important to know. Even just playing Metroid 1 casually, it makes some things a lot less annoying.
Yeah, that one took me a little while to learn. So seeing that done here, I was just like, oh, yeah, that's pretty sweet.
My goodness, get up there. Okay.
Yeah, the jump heights until you get the high jump boots are a little janky in this game, admittedly. How hard is it to remember the checks of all 4 games? We have a question in chat. I would say it's probably not too bad. Link to the Past and Zelda 1 are different enough, but I'll ask you this, Andy. How do you keep them between Metroid and Super Metroid? Again, the wave beam looked really similar to me in both games.
You just kind of get used to... You just get used to it with practice, I suppose. But yeah, keeping... I showed off a big tracker earlier, which I'll show off again a little later. Sure. Once it's a little more filled out. But, just keeping good notes is the best thing you can do for something like this. Helps you remember, because, I could go like an hour without going into back to Link to the Past or something. And, having good notes and being able to just pick back up where I left off without, doubling back to places I've already been and stuff like that is a huge help. All right, come on, Metroid 1, give me some missiles.
Yeah, this is pretty annoying with only 1 set of missiles to work off of because, again, it takes 5 to open up a door here, and sometimes the game just does not want to give these to you. Sometimes I've heard that resetting the room helps, but I don't know how much that's actually credible.
Well, I'll try anything.
I'm saying I don't... Sometimes I think that's what they call an old wives' tale, There we go. Again, that could be a self-fulfilling prophecy, Andy. I don't know if there's any credibility to that. It just happened to work this one time.
Immediately got 3 missile drops. No big deal.
Of course. I don't know. It's like the one thing that works for me, but I don't know, again, if that's a thing.
Yeah, only having 2 missile packs for Metroid 1 is a little rough.
But yeah, what Andy's doing right here, 20 rupees, not much. This is a really tough place to be without a Varia suit. Everything here just deals an incredible amount of damage. The enemies don't give up. The knockback in Metroid 1 in particular is very unforgiving.
It's so bad.
It is.
Well.
Oh.
Speaking of.
Yeah, people can knock me for a commentator's curse there. Andy, I'll take the rap for that one. It's okay. It's okay. If you remember how bad some of the knockback is from Castlevania, it's that plus worse because in some environments, very nice again. I know, again, you may think of that as something that you take for granted, but that jump is pretty hard to learn. Think about Castlevania's knockback, and then think about how sometimes you can't see Samus when you take a hit, and that's how bad it is.
Oh, get up there. The full refill on death quality of life is extremely nice.
Oh, you get a full refill here? That's good.
Yep, every time you respawn on the elevator, you get a full refill in health instead of the normal 30 or whatever it is.
Yeah, 30 health. Ooh.
It's really easy to just death spiral in this game normally.
Oh yeah. Someone had asked what tracker's being used. I don't think we talked about the developer of the tracker. So if you know, Andy, once you get into a less precarious position, feel free.
This tracker is made by somebody in the community named Death Futon. It is a downloadable program. It is called Quad Tracker, I believe. Okay. We're gonna give this one shot since I only have 10 missiles and 1 E-tank before we just come back for Kraid later.
I'll give you a little bit of serious time here because I know this is not ideal situation here.
All right. Ideally, I would love to see some larger farm drops to reduce the farm time in Metroid 1. But we'll see if that ever happens. Maybe we'll just check the crate item and then get out of here.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about how you could do that with this. In the Z1M1 version I play, you have to defeat Kraid to check the item. Like an extra room is added behind Kraid, so that item where you're gonna check it has been removed. Yeah, that's cool.
All right, see you later.
Yep. Do you still get the extra missiles for defeating Kraid?
Yes. So defeating either Kraid or Ridley for the extra missile bonus is extremely nice. But we'll come back with a couple more things. We do have one more item to check down here before we fully leave.
Yo, morning, Kuiper.
Morning, Kuiper. Oh my God, Samus, please, thank you.
Andy is doing some pretty good convincing here that there's some things about this game that are less than desirable, especially when you go in here with less than desirable equipment.
Yeah, you really find out the limits you can push a game to when you're forced to go into an area with, oh my God, I don't have missiles. That's fine.
It's the above.
I've never gone this way before.
No?
So, is this even...
That's
I don't think I've ever seen this mini Kraid. That's not even a mini Kraid. That's a full-sized fake Kraid. I don't think I've ever seen that before in my life.
I've been down here, so that's funny that you haven't seen that one. So those aren't even checks. See, there's mini checks there in the mode I play.
Yeah, I think eventually Total's gonna add the extra checks in the M1, just to give it a little more value. Oh man, fine.
Andy, these noises.
We're maybe fine. Oh, we're not fine. All right, that's fine. Get me out of here. That item won't be anything, guaranteed.
Oh, what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, I've never been punished by dying and skipping a check for the rest of the game.
Well, I hope once some of the bugs are worked out of this, I would love to see like some kind of exhibition match done with Quad Rando. I feel like that would be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, that would be fun. We've done there's like a small group of us that do races from time to time. But it is not super popular.
If I could ever brave myself to learn Link to the Past, I'd give this one a try because it's the only one of the 4 I'm not well versed in.
Yeah, let's see what we have up there. Oh,
yeah, long beam.
Wrong block. Okay, just a missile.
Now, is that a Super Metroid missile or a Metroid?
Yeah, that was a Super Metroid missile.
Okay, trying to learn the different sprites here. Chat says never punished. I don't know if that's called never punished. I mean, Andy did have to abandon a check back there. We'll see if Andy's not punished later.
I should probably farm these little guys. See if I can get some missiles.
Yeah, so there's quite a few checks that Andy has here in Brimstar that are fairly reasonable. Hi, Juno. Anybody got dog emotes?
What's she barking at? What are you doing?
Hi, Juno. I don't know if they can. Oh.
What are you doing?
I see Juno, but I don't know if y'all can. Hi, Juno.
There's nothing out there.
Dog break.
Come here.
Aww.
What? What are you doing? She like never barks too. This is weird.
No.
What?
She missed you this weekend.
What?
Juno doesn't like Metroid 1 either.
Say yeah. Tell it. Say it with your chest, Juno. What's going on in this game?
Juno does not like Metroid 1. I can't argue with her. She's too cute.
All right,
Aww.
go on. Working for him. Because Mama left. Is that why?
Aww. Thanks, Andy. I appreciate that.
What? Juno. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about this, unfortunately.
No, that's okay. We love dogs here. No problem whatsoever.
Is she on camera at least? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
I see like her butt on the chair.
Yep. Juno, there's no one out there. Stop barking at ghosts.
So Juno's not a dog to bark at the wind typically.
No. It's not okay. If she ever barks, it's normally like one little bark, extremely menacing, little tiny mini golden doodle bark, and then she goes on with her day.
Food came and now she's barking.
Aww.
Goodness.
She's allowed to bark. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh man.
Dogs are always allowed on my show.
Yeah, Juno has made several GDQ appearances at this point. So
It just had a little bit of that growl attached to it. Aw, that made my day. Thank you. That was cute.
all right. I
saw 20 rupees there, so not too much there. I think those were Link to the Past rupees too.
yes, I think Zelda like the sprites are all relatively accurate for which game they're for. Like the sprites are pretty much straight pulled from Zelda 1 or Link to the Past and Metroid 1 and Super Metroid.
Yeah.
So like once you're familiar with them, it's pretty easy to tell them apart.
So again, Andy here going into Green Brinstar now. This is pretty explorable. I think there's only one check you can't get to here because I think you need the high jump boots. At least I think, unless there's some kind of exploit.
There might be. I am not well versed enough to know if like I can actually get to the Varia suit check here or not. I know there's a way that like you can get this waiver to get stuck up here.
Yeah,
but I don't really know how.
I'm sure there's like a way if you had ice to maybe get the enemy up there and then freeze that and use it as a platform, but I don't know if there's a way you can do this without.
Cool. Let's see.
But yeah, I noticed there's a lot of folks joining us. So yeah, this is Random Number Generation. We do shows here on GDQ Hotfix about randomizers, and this is the Quad Rando, which again is still in its early stages. So it's wonderful to see y'all here. And again, this is Link to the Past, Super Metroid, Zelda 1, and Metroid 1. Andy would prefer if it was just the 3, but I peer pressured Andy into going into Metroid 1, or rather the randomizer peer pressured Andy into going into Metroid 1. Andy, being a good sport here, has decided to enter Metroid 1, but we haven't really, correct me if I'm wrong, Andy, we haven't found much yet. We found the long beam.
Yep.
But that's really about it here so far.
Yeah, pretty much just long beam so far, which like is really nice for Metroid 1. The normal beam is extremely short. And we got a 1 rupee for Zelda.
You found Greg! Oh, I love Greg! The green rupee of eternal glory. All right, what do we have? Oh, this is one of the Metroids again. I can't tell them apart. All right, Metroid 1 wave. Okay,
there's
more
M1 wave. M1 wave is really strong. I could probably go kill Kraid now. If I went in with full health.
Do you want the extra missiles that badly right now?
I can skip them for now.
Because I think there was just a heart container otherwise.
Yep, there's that one item down there in Kraid's lair that I skipped, which is obviously
nothing.
About
that.
But
it's obviously not. Yeah. Gotta be something in here. It wouldn't be leading you here for nothing. All right,
I'll take a Z1 key. Z1 keys are always nice to have until you find the magical key.
So now there's a couple more checks. Do you plan on going into Norfair here, Andy?
I might, but I'm not gonna be happy about it. We might just opt for like doing there's like 8 or 9 like pretty fast checks in early Norfair before I decide to leave.
Yeah, Pegasus boots would be something that's nice. Again, historically, Andy has not had a lot of luck with them. Let's see. I hope this is a bomb upgrade for you. That would be nice.
It's just bombs. So as of right now, there's no cap on Zelda 1 bombs.
Oh, nice.
Total felt it was easier to playtest overall with no bomb cap in Zelda 1. And he's correct. Zelda 1's great when you don't have to worry about bombs for most of it. And I secretly hope that never goes away.
Wish we could do that in shapes. You know how many times we've run out of bombs trying to bomb different bomb walls? It's bad.
All right, well, that's something good.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. We got long beam, we got wave beam, we got Samaria.
Andy, I ain't gonna tell you how to live your life. If you wanna get out of here for now, I don't fault you. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Samaria doesn't even really do that much for me yet. This is still probably my most item dense. Well, Zelda 1 is probably my most item dense, but you still don't have a weapon for that game yet. Here, we'll leave it up to chat. Chat, you want me to go to Norfair, or should I wander around the Zelda game for a little while?
I'll let you know what
are you guys feeling? I have the GDQ chat open. I can peep. keep the recommendations.
So you're looking for the magic wand from Zelda 1. I can't say I blame you. I, too, prefer that over the wooden sword.
I mean, both would be ideal. But yeah, there's some tech you can do if you press wand and sword at the same time. In Zelda 1, they both get used, and so you can do a little extra damage pretty quickly. Yeah, there's like a couple nice things to learn. Like block clipping in Zelda 1 is really nice to learn. Speeds up some of the dungeons. Obviously, like screen wrapping is really nice. Getting around Hyrule a little more quickly.
I will say screen wrapping's not necessary, though. As someone who even played competitively without it, I would say block clipping and ladder clipping, I would say, are the two I would.
Yeah, those are definitely pretty useful for dungeons.
Yeah. By the way, I see folks are looking at the schedule real quick. If you did miss out on any of our Hotfix shows or past events, be sure to visit and subscribe at youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick. And also go to GamesDoneQuick.com/Hotfix to check out this season's lineup and check out the schedule for an in-depth look at this week's run. So again, we have way more of this tonight of the Quad Rando, and we have Game Masters coming up after this. So lots to watch tonight here on the GDQ channel. We're so happy to have you all here. And Andy, it looks like the chat wants to see you do what your version of suffering is. Looks like we're going to Norfair right now, as per the chat's request.
Yep. Norfair's always got the goods, so I won't be too surprised if we get something important here.
Well, I mean, Andy, correct me if I'm wrong. You'd probably rather be here right now than like Lower Norfair and Super Metroid, given the situation.
Yeah, probably.
I like how you have to take a second to think about that. I love that.
I did, in fact, have to take a second to think about that. But yeah, Super Metroid's also an option. We got power bombs in here in Kraid's Light. We did get power bombs in here, so that is actually pretty important. This is also a nice item. We got a nice Super Metroid gravity suit. That's always really nice to have for map rando, because you never know when the water rooms are going to show up.
Why was it black and white up there?
Those were just some bugs.
Okay. I was going to be like, I'd never seen that before.
Yeah, the bugs like to, they have a mind of their own in this. Sometimes they don't even die. So, yeah, Total, it just started happening, and Total can't figure out why or how. And he's like, it's not a huge deal yet. So, one of those low priority bug fixes.
Now, without the gravity boots, I don't think, or without that and Ice Beam. Ice Beam's really the big hot ticket item here in Metroid 1. Andy can't get up to the attic, which there's a lot of checks up there. However, Andy does have a lot of checks available here in early Norfair, although it looks like Andy's going to damage boost. I'm taking notes right now, Andy.
We're going to try. I think we should be able to also, like, maybe do a little.
I didn't know you could do that. I did not know you could do that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you can get some pretty sick height from little bomb boost. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to get up here though without Ice Beam.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one's a little different for sure. That first jump though, I was really impressed with you doing.
All right. We can at least get these 3 items. All right, Zelda 1 heart, love to see it. Zelda 1 heart, love to see it.
Okay.
I will happily take either of those.
I really hope we get a chance to see Zelda 1 without a lot of lag, because that's something I have yet to see.
All right, so we got these things. I'm gonna go to Super Metroid, I think. Okay. From one Metroid to another.
So yeah, you got Gravity Suit. That seems pretty good.
Yeah, Gravity Suit's going to be really, really nice for Super Metroid. We should be able to do a decent amount of stuff in that game now. Some of the heated rooms might be a little spooky, but we should be able to get a decent number of item checks done.
Yeah, Gravity Suit, Power Bombs, I like to call them cheeseburgers.
Yep, they are. They do, in fact, make me hungry.
So now, how do you go about getting from here to Super Metroid? Do you go back to Link to the Past and then use that as the hub to go to Super Metroid?
Yep. Yeah. For now, like the starting game is always a Link to the Past, and Link to the Past will be the hub for all of the other games. But that'll be changed eventually.
Yeah.
To like basically let the player like pick like on seed generation or something, what game they start in, and ideally there'd be more portals to like in Super Metroid to Zelda 1 and Metroid 1, and so that every game can connect to one another in some capacity.
All right, so I just want to let you know we're about a few minutes away from our first break. So you don't have to do it right now, just whenever you feel like is a good time for our first break. Heck yeah, Kirby.
Yep, we got the purple pants on now. All right, so we have Power Bombs and Gravity Suit. There's one item down there. Two items up there. It's probably Plasma Pirates. We can do almost everything here, I think. I'm gonna do a little damage boost here.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm slightly better at Super Metroid than I am at Metroid 1.
Just a little bit, just a little more practice. Andy, I've done so much hosting for your runs for this, and I've seen just between your channel and between hosting for you on GDQ, I've seen so much of this. I never get tired. Every single time I see this, and it's just like, wow, I can't believe you can do movement like this. You just turned into the wheel.
Yep. If I stand still, or if we're in the air, we're the 8-ton weights. Yeah, rolling around as a morph ball, we're a wheel. There's a lot of really good Kirby sprites that were made for this. All right, so with Super Metroid, there's a lot. There's a couple options for like item placement. Oh, hey, that's nice. Oh, can I get that yet? I would greatly appreciate a magical sword right now.
Wait a second. A magical sword?
Yep. There it is.
I thought you were just like saying that to say, like, I didn't see that little tiny bit on the screen, and I did now, and I'm like, but is Andy just like wanting it to want it? No, it's right there. It's literally right there. Can you get it?
Maybe with a really tight bomb jump here, but I only have power bombs, so I have a very limited amount of attempts. But knowing that this is quite nice.
I mean, that would break Zelda 1 wide open as your first sword.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't have that many Metroid or Super Metroid items yet. Yeah, all right, we'll come back for this as soon as possible.
So what do you need for that? I guess the intended item's grapple beam.
There's a couple different ways. With high jump boots, we can just wall jump up to it. With space jump, we can jump to it. Speed booster would let us shine spark to it. Grapple would let us swing up to it, and then morph bombs would just let us bomb jump to it. So there's a lot of different items that would get me up there. I just don't have any of them right now.
Are you willing to wait to go to Zelda 1 until you get those, or are you just going to go to Zelda 1 if you can find even the wooden sword?
It depends on how quickly I get locked out of Super Metroid, probably. But yeah, we can like clear out this upper section of this area and then take the break if it works for you.
That does. Absolutely. Thank you. I thought you were actually going to be able to get that right then. I mean, like you said, it's a really tight jump, but I was looking at that going, oh my gosh, that does seem doable, but you only had so many chances to do that. And I don't fault you for hanging on to your power bombs because you're going to need those to get into some of the doors.
Yeah, grav jump would work if the whole room was underwater, but the room only goes up halfway with water. So we would lose all our gravity jump height once we got out of the water.
All right, as a Z1 player and runner, I'm very jealous that you don't have a cap on bombs for this.
Yeah, we're going to go into Zelda 1 with like 36 bombs, and we're going to be able to just lay them without a care in the world.
Jealous. Muscular Kirby is not the sprite of nightmares. I think it's adorable.
Alright, E-Tank is nice.
That's, is that a vanilla check? Isn't
that was, in fact, a vanilla E-Tank.
That's what I thought. I was like, that's a French vanilla check.
We can't get that check, but we should be able to get those two up there. Yeah, Spring Ball actually would also let me go get that magical sword because I could do a Spring Ball jump. Yeah, what I was saying before I found the magical sword and completely lost my train of thought. There's a couple different logical difficulties you can pick for Super Metroid that, you know, add like certain more difficult tricks or like have slightly let's start this over. I didn't realize this was a Metroid room. Add like, you know, more difficult like heated rooms. There's a lot of logic. Oh, that was not ideal, but it should be fine. Should be fine. Let's take damage there. And so yeah, you can go from like normal, which is, you know, very, very little expected skill in Super Metroid up to hard for now, which does have a decent amount of expectations in terms of like, you know, being able to get through heated rooms quickly enough on low health and being able to do damage boosts and speedrun tricks and stuff like that.
Handled that room so well. And again, I shouldn't be surprised given all your experience with this, but I am a mess going through that room.
Yeah, Super Metroid's a really hard game. A lot of the speedrunners make it look easy. And you pick up the controller yourself, and it's really, really hard to actually control Samus well. But yeah, we can take a break here. We just saved.
Okay.
Clicking.
All right. That sounds like a good segue to our wellness break then, so we will hit the pause button there. As a reminder, folks, your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits shared on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick Hotfix. If you enjoy watching speedruns, consider subscribing to the channel to get access to our emotes, have ad-free viewing, and chat with other subscribers during our replays. And with that being said, be sure to stay hydrated, stretch, and we'll be right back with random number Welcome back to Random Number Generation. I'm joined here by Andy, and this is the Quad Randomizer. Yes, that is A Link to the Past, Super Metroid, Zelda 1, and Metroid 1. And Andy has seen far more Metroid 1 and not enough Zelda 1. So we'll see if we can fix that here. Andy, are you ready to resume?
Yeah, let me, here, we can show off this tracker again. That I've been using. You can see all these little icons I've placed for dungeon entrances and all the unchecked entrances and stuff for Link to the Past. Zelda 1, still completely green. And then Metroid 1 has it's cleared out a good bit. Super Metroid, the map doesn't matter because it's all random. But But yeah, so hopefully we'll get to Zelda 1 here soon. But yeah, let's keep it going. 3, 2, 1, go.
So, like, in that pose for a second, the one you were just in, it kind of looked like Kirby and Chansey were fused together. I mean, it's just what I saw, right? It's kind of like an ink blot. Like, what do you see? And speaking of which, too, folks in chat were talking about, I want to give a big shout out to the GDQ social media team who's been slowly leaking out the games list in a Who's That Pokemon format. And I just want to say, like, this has been, like, top tier social media. You don't want those cheeseburgers, Andy?
I don't think I can get out of the room right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, the door's stuck open, so we got to do a really tight wall jump to get out of here. So we'll try this for a little bit, and then we might just die trying to get out anyways.
So for someone who wants to get into Quad Rando eventually, Andy, what kind of tricks do you need to know right now for the Quad Rando? Is it you have to kind of know a lot of different tricks in the games? Like, what are the restrictions?
There we go. Oh, I forgot about this room. Yeah, we're not getting through this room. Just send me back to the save, please. Super Metroid by default does have like some assumed tricks. You do need to know how to like bomb jump and like extremely basic wall jumping and stuff at the basic level. But getting any higher than the basic, you will probably have to know some speedrun tech, like mock balling and short charging and stuff like that. Other than that, everything else is pretty much assumed glitchless, I'm pretty sure.
Including Link to the Past?
Yep, including Link to the Past.
That's good.
Yeah, Super Metroid is just kind of tough to assume glitchless because of like how restrictive that would be to like the item placement and the map generating and stuff like that.
Sure. Is Super Metroid purely map rando right now, or can you do a regular Super Metroid map?
You can do a regular everything. You don't need to do any entrance shuffling or anything in any of the games if you don't want to.
It's the baby.
Yep. Can't skip the baby yet. We don't have the proper items, so we're gonna just take a quick knee.
I like the baby. The baby's so cute. Except now it left Andy with 1 health, though.
Yeah, which is a little spooky, but we should be fine. We're gonna try to do a little snail clip here to get these items early. Pixel perfect.
Oh, nice.
And an E-tank for my trouble.
E. Oh, you'd love to see that. Everybody's been talking about the Kirby sprite, and I love it.
It is quite a good sprite, if I do say so myself. Okay, we can go that way. Save. Let's try and check this item. I don't know what room this is. This might be just Batoon Hallway. Yeah, okay, we can't do that yet. So on the map here, this is an early build of this map, but ideally there would be like region icons on the map that tell me where I can, like what doors go to a different region. But for now, there's a left door in the middle of that water room I was just in that doesn't have any map square to the left of it. So that should take me to a different region in Super Metroid. We just don't know which one.
Wow, this is from the end of the game, right? From the escape?
Yeah, this is one of the escape rooms.
No timer, though.
No timer, no shaking. These guys actually do very, very little damage to Samus normally. Because I don't think they were really coded to do that much damage to Samus at all. Since they're only post Mother Brain normally.
So weird seeing this room like this. So does that mean that the escape is also full of randomly timed rooms, Andy?
Yep, you betcha.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
So yeah, with Map Rando on at least, the randomizer like calculates the path from Mother Brain to wherever the ship is, and has like a built-in time that each room should take. You get all of the items in the game when you kill Mother Brain to be able to escape, like with a standardized set of items. And then based on the difficulty you choose, it adds like a multiplier to the expected room time, and then it adds all that together to give you like an escape timer.
The grappling beam, now that's interesting, given that's the magical sword. The raft, Andy, no offense, that's 2 spots.
Yeah, the raft isn't too good with entrance shuffle on, but I have had my level 9 in one of the 2 raft locked entrances before.
Oh, get out of here.
So, don't knock it till you try it.
I don't think Ice Beam's nice. I don't think I've ever had that happen to me before. Not yet. That's interesting, though, to think about.
Yeah, I think the one time that happened, I also needed the power bracelet to get to my 8s.
Oh, that's
in
cursed.
one of those 4 doors. Let's see which way.
Oh, hey, look, Andy, I found your crab.
Yep. All right, so here, should be able to do a gravity jump here. This is doable in the vanilla game as well, but it's never required. But if you unequip gravity suit right after, that was a little late of a jump. You start jumping with gravity suit on, and then take it off. You keep all of that upward momentum, but get the water physics of not having the gravity suit on, and you can just skyrocket through water rooms that way, which is really cool.
Redemption, says chat.
Yeah, I wish that worked in the room that the magical sword was in, but it unfortunately does not. All right.
Okay, so
burying a bottle.
The boss doors do not correspond with bosses, because this is that was the entrance to one of. Oh.
Yeah, we'll come back for that later.
In the words of Kuiper, nope.
Yep. So in an ideal world, all the doors would be randomized. But for now, all of the Super Metroid doors are blue, and the boss doors are like the boss eye is still on the door, even if there's no boss behind it. But in the future, all the boss eyes should be removed, and then you'll also be able to see like ammo doors and of all sorts of types. The normal map rando actually has beam doors as well added to Super Metroid, so you can find like charge beam doors, phaser beam doors, wave beam doors, etc. Which is really cool as well.
So you wanted nothing to do with Ridley right now, huh?
Yeah, we do not have the resources for that at the moment.
No, I can't say I blame you.
Okay, we'd have to go back through that room, which is fine. Yeah, we should be able to get up to that. Yeah, if we had a couple more super packs, we could probably kill Ridley. It'd be a little tight, but there's a chance we'd be able to. But as it stands right now, we just cannot. It is physically not possible to kill Ridley with my current loadout.
Yeah, you have ice right now, but again, you need more than that.
Yeah, we would need charge beam to use my beam at all. So we only have our ammo. Oh, Dragon. Okay, we can do this.
Yeah, grapple beam. Did anybody order 1 fried shrimp? This is one of those bosses that looks way more intimidating than what you actually get.
This boss is pretty intimidating if you don't know what you're doing. But once you know what you're doing, it's not too bad. All right, Dragon. Any day now. All right, this way there's a pretty easy grapple setup if you just... Oh, I missed. Pretty easy. I got gooped a little early. But if you just line up against the right wall, you should be able to just grapple pretty quickly.
Nice.
All right, boss number 1 of the day down.
Hey, we take those. Just said Dragon boss.
Yeah, so in the Super Metroid Link to the Past randomizer, all the boss prizes are shuffleable, so you can get like crystals and pendants from A Link to the Past on a Super Metroid boss. So that code base is still there and will be shuffled at some point, or it'll be an option at some point in the future, but it is not yet.
Will the same go for the 75 missiles that you would get from a Metroid 1 boss as well?
That I don't know. That might be tied to like the physical boss kill, even if like you might get like a Link to the Past pendant or something from killing Kraid in Metroid 1. But that's above my pay grade. You'll have to ask Total that one.
Also, a nice Greg off of Dragon there.
There's only one Greg in A Link to the Past, so Greg is a little special. Okay, we can't go that way. So let's... How did I get into this area in the first place? Oh, I think it was that door up there. Okay, yeah, let's just get out of here. Oh, let's go get that magical sword, and then let's get out of here.
I think you have earned that magical sword and then some, Andy.
We don't need to deboost across this gap this time. Yeah, the first try Green Gate Fish was pretty nice. That's also like a weird pixel precise trick to get the super missile to go through the gate from right to left. I don't exactly know all of the intricacies behind it and why it works, but...
Does having the different sprite change the way you do some of these tricks in Super Metroid?
Not really. While the Kirby sprite may look a little cursed to some of you guys, it is relatively accurate to the normal Samus sprite. Some of the other Super Metroid sprites are really rough to use. All right. Now we're cooking with gas in Zelda 1. But we should just be able to turn our brain off and go through most of that game. So that's what we're gonna do.
I'm ready to eat my words on the rafting spots, Andy.
All right, so we got a raft. We got the magical sword. All right, so I think it was this top door. Was the Link to the Past portal. Yeah, the portal from Link to the Past to Zelda 1 is just like right north of where you normally start.
Do they have a progressive sword option in Zelda 1?
Not
Is that
yet.
a thing? Okay.
That will absolutely be in the works at some point in the future, but it is not implemented yet.
If you play Z1, M1, you can toggle the settings to have a progressive sword option, a non-progressive sword option, or a randomized progressive or non-progressive sword option. So,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, in Z1, M1, you can program that however you want to.
Yeah, I think Metal Machine is helping Total a little bit with some of the Z1, M1 side of things. So hopefully we'll get a lot of that, those randomization options.
This is
later.
Something I don't get to see you do often, and see, there's your text in Zelda 1. It's so slow.
Yep. It is quite slow. All right, so I'm gonna mark that. Buying the blue candle is never logically required. You'll always find the candle before needing to do bush burning.
Are you team never buy a candle?
No, I'm team buy a candle as soon as possible so I can just do all of the entrances at once.
Heck yeah, I'm the same way.
Okay, I guess we can clear out some of this stuff. Oh, the little Lionels will let me.
Yeah, you're a glass cannon right now in Zelda 1.
Yeah, for the NES games as well, all of the like up A is all bound to one controller, which is really nice. So you don't need to have a second controller input.
What happens if Andy gets the white sword now that he has the magic sword? Does he downgrade? No. Nothing happens.
It shouldn't. It might, but it shouldn't.
I've never seen a downgrade in any of the randomizer versions of anything I've ever played with that. It's just nothing happens typically.
Yeah, ideally, nothing would happen. There's been some reported bugs of downgrading happening in this version of the Quad Rando.
No.
Very like, don't take my money.
Well, that's a luxury for slow text. That's
it's a couple of like really niche situations of like getting multiple Link to the Past swords in like the same room in Super Metroid, and it not upgrading the sword properly, or something like that. But
do you have select swap, Andy? Oh, nice. You do.
Yes.
Good.
It's
That's
LNR
important.
swap in this because we
that's
have
fine.
LNR buttons.
Yeah. Again, that's still a big quality of life.
Oh yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
The pause menu in this
that
game
works.
is slow.
Yeah. No loitering. Yeah.
Yeah, random text and all that stuff will come later. That's just a extremely low priority in this project for now.
And I assume, too, that, of course, there will be an option in the future to add second quest overworld, second quest, rooms and or dungeons, etc. Especially if shapes might be on the table also going forward. I could only imagine.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if that gets added at some point. But yeah, just the functionality is number one on the list for pretty much anything currently. All right, we got Meat Man over here, or one of the Meat Men, I guess.
The shops in level 7 and level 5 where the bomb upgrades are those also shuffled into the pool, or are those guaranteed bomb upgrades?
So I believe currently those actually give you a bomb cap, so they are inherently bad right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if they'll get shuffled in the future. I'm not sure what Total's plans are for shops and stuff like that in this game yet. But yeah, if you try one of these for yourself, you can find it at quad.alpha.samus.link.
I'm gonna write that down, actually.
Here, I'll get timed out if I post that in the chat, probably.
I'm just gonna type it into my browser so I can save it that way.
Yeah, go for it.
That's really nice.
Where was this? This was White Sword Cave. Please, thank you. All right, let's open my level 2 map.
This is actually very fortunate that you found level 2 first. It is the easiest of all the dungeons. You don't really need a specialized item to be in here. And assuming that none of the items are swapped other than the treasure of the dungeon. Oh wait, maybe not. Never mind. All the items in every single room are swapped if there's a heart piece in there. So no, this is
all of the items are. There is like a required amount of keys per dungeon. I don't know the number off the top of my head, so we're just going to be doing all of the checks in all of the dungeons. Yeah, there are a lot of items in dungeons in this currently.
Also, thank you, Richard, for putting that into chat so everybody else can have access to that too. We appreciate it. So yeah, this is definitely a more complicated Zelda 1 than what we have in Z1M1. That's good to know. Way more checks too. So yeah, you actually have to do every single room in here.
Right,
so that means your level 9 is very long then, if that's
level 9 is still locked by all 8 Triforce pieces. So level 9 theoretically should not have progression.
Okay, that's good. Even for the other games?
Yep, even for the other games. It can have can have Zelda 1 progression, so it could be where your silvers are. But other than that, I think you can lower the entry requirement for level 1 or level 9, excuse me. And then the lower that number is, the more possible progression could be in there. But like you don't want to. The goal is to not have like beating one game unlock checks in another game.
Right, that makes sense.
We ran into a lot of issues with like Super Metroid Morph Ball and Ganon's Tower and A Link to the Past, and we're like, well, maybe this is not great for the combo rando.
It's very interesting to hear. Are these randomized? No. Okay,
nope.
So you don't have randomized hints here yet. Okay.
Nope. Zelda 1 and Metroid 1 are pretty bare bones.
You say that, though, but this is still, in my opinion, a more advanced version of Zelda 1. Now, what is that?
Those are the Link to the Past flippers.
Oh, okay. I'm having to play Who's That Pokemon with items here because I don't know what all the Link to the Past stuff looks like, so... All right, so guaranteed Triforce is at the end, and they're still flashing here. So every time Andy picks up a Triforce, please look away. This is just to my knowledge, the Zelda 1 Triforces do this. So please be careful again. Flash warning on the Zelda 1 Triforce pickups.
Yeah, hopefully there will be a reduced flashing option in the future as well.
Yeah, Z1M1 does have that, but again, you're trying to make sure that you can hold this together with duct tape right now. So I'm assuming that'll come soon.
Yeah, A Link to the Past also has a reduced flashing option normally. I'm not sure if that's been implemented in this yet, but we shouldn't see too much flashing in A Link to the Past today anyways.
Someone was asking, but we were already swimming in Link to the Past.
We were. Good call out. We did a glitch called Fake Flippers to do some of the flipper checks early. It's a pretty useful randomizer trick to know. That's too close.
Blood, spit, and duct. I mean, that's how randomizers start, though, y'all. You got to start somewhere, right?
Yep, very true. All right, level 1. Nice and easy.
I remember when Super Metroid Link to the Past Rando came out, and I'm like, I wonder if we'll ever get Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask as a combined randomizer. And someone laughed at me, I remember. Not in a mean way, just they laughed at me saying, yeah, that'll never happen. Now look at this, and look at Majora's Mask, Zelda, Ocarina of Time combo rando. I mean, we have this limitless amount of possibilities ahead of us now. I love this.
Yep. If there's some big brain retro gamers that want to do something nowadays, it's usually possible in some capacity.
So what have you been working on with your stream lately? We've been plugging your twitch.tv/Andy, by the way. You don't need me to spell that. I usually do that for folks watching on YouTube. I think you can all spell Andy, okay? Andy, by the way. Now you really don't have an excuse. Andy, what have you been doing on stream lately? I know you've been out of town a lot, but I know you've been doing the quad rando. Anything else you've been working on?
We've been doing a lot of Super Metroid randomizer. I'm in a tournament for that currently. Trying to show the Super Metroid runners who's boss, But other than that, we've been doing some Ocarina of Time stuff lately. We're starting up a no-hit Ocarina of Time randomizer challenge pretty soon, which will be a lot of fun. Got some good pals doing it with me. Been doing some Super Mario 64 randomizers as well. That's a really, really fun randomizer.
You've been doing any of the variants lately? I know Auth has been doing Bowser every now and then. We're going to have that on at the end of the month
that's
of
really
May.
Cool. I have not had a chance to try Bowser yet, but it does look really cool.
Yeah, so Bowser's been going on. There's also been the Iron Mario, which we did have on earlier this year also. That's been going around a little bit lately. Did you try it? Well, no, you've done Iron Mario. I've watched it.
Yes, I have. I have done some Iron Mario.
Yeah, just
the problem with all these other randomizer challenge runs is that Iron Mario, if you mess up, it is just a pure your fault. You could have done better. Where your Kaizo Ironmon and stuff, sometimes you just get unlucky and there's nothing you can do about it. But with Mario 64, it's just your fault. Get better.
Dang. I mean, you're not wrong, though. It is that way. It is rough, though. It is rough. Question from the chat. Any retro achievement plans? I'm curious about that, too, actually.
Ooh, I have not done any retro achievement stuff yet. I'm not really the big gaming, casual gaming thing I'm doing this year is playing through all the Dark Souls games. Because I have not done that yet. And that'll be in the summer at some point. Level 5. We're finding lots of Z1 dungeons real fast.
Oh, yeah.
Can't do too much in here without ladder, but...
Yeah, the ladder, I was talking about this earlier. You don't think it's an essential item in Zelda 1 until you see just how much of the game you can't do without it. It's one of those items that us as Zelda 1 randomizer runners, we get really tired of very quickly because of the amount of times you need it. Sage speedrunner advice, get better, Andy. I mean,
yep.
Sometimes that's what it comes down to, unfortunately. I won't sugarcoat that either, Iron Mario certainly makes you feel that way. But I've heard Bowser's a good time. Oh, look at that. Andy, that was a really good and quick block clip around the blue dark nuts there. Well done.
Yeah, you got to be a little quick with that one. That would be nice to have for later.
Yeah, it's Metroid 1.
All right, so we're going to see, I guess, this room's not usually super laggy, but you're going to see it without any lag. Thankfully, we have the magical sword, so the blue dark nuts aren't too bad to deal with.
Nah.
They still do a lot of damage, though.
Ooh. Oh, look at that.
Yep.
Never was worried.
Always lucky. Sure, look at this little shield. Why not?
Yeah, Link. Now that I do know is Link to the Past.
Okay. So yeah, that's all we can do in 5 for now.
Yeah, that's true. If you did ever want a textbook example of a block clip, that was fantastic, Andy. Really well done.
Oh, God.
Yes!
All right. This is what you guys really came for, right? The 6 heart, no ring, level 8.
You got a magical sword.
We do have a magical sword.
I want to hear it. I have entered
We're
this
fighting
dungeon.
fire with fire.
22 bombs, Andy.
Yep,
I told you I wasn't going to judge, but you know.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Right, come on, Manhandla. Right.
Very nice. Good kill. Good kill. Got the bomb pack to go with it too. Another nice bomb clip under dress there with the bubbles. Now that is a reserve tank, I think.
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, there you go. It's right there on the screen, right? In plain text.
All right, we got Manhandla. There's a lot of items in 8 as well. 8 is usually like, man, I hope I get a weapon before I find 8 and need to scour it for something for one of the other games, right? That's fine.
Now, Andy, I know I was hustling you earlier. Those BMOs are a pain to deal with. I do not like the BMOs. Yeah, that's the worst part
this is one of the first rooms where you're like, oh, this is what happens when there's no lag in this room. Because you got 4 BMOs, 5 Dark Nuts. Normally this room is chugging on the NES. And there is no chugging on the Super Nintendo.
I mean, that's the definition of Zelda 1, right? Especially in a randomizer, you can very much get, well, that escalated quickly. Especially if we start getting parts from the Fred Copeland Zelda 1 randomizer. This could be a Patrick here, if this is the Fred Copeland version. You could end up getting Wizroads in this room at any point. I mean, it's hairy.
Oh. We're fine. Everything's cool. All right, well, we got the item, but we're gonna have to kill. They might stay dead.
I felt that one. I
think that was just a missile pack.
Okay.
Which we don't need for Super Metroid.
I'll get the instant replay here.
Oh, nope, they're back.
Like it. Come on. So Andy here, probably killing these Pulls voice for the health, but Andy, what about the bunnies? I feel bad for these little ones.
Yeah, no, I don't feel bad.
Oh no!
The amount of times I've had to kill these with a wood sword is more than 0. So
I get you.
Oh God!
All right.
Now we're fine.
Andy's cooking now. That's the one time.
Died before that missile spawns.
That's the one time where it's okay to have the BMOs. Andy used the BMOs to the advantage there in the sense that took the hit from the BMOs instead of from the Dark Nut there. Hit from the BMOs is half a heart if you're on Green Tunic. It is 2 whole hearts if the blue Dark Nut hits you. So Andy did a really good job of damage assessment there in that room.
Yeah, you're gonna have a bad time if you touch the blue Dark Nuts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't want to hug those critters. Ooh!
All right, another sword upgrade for Link to the Past. Very
Is that
nice.
tempered now? You had Master. What's after Master?
Yep, tempered sword. And then we have gold sword after that.
The butter sword.
Yep, or the butter sword.
All right, so this room's not too bad, but the next room after this, you're not gonna like the room above this.
Yeah, we'll be fine. I got full health now, so
yeah,
we should be fine.
Andy's been doing great here, jokes aside.
More missile
I've never
packs.
seen... This is the room I've been wanting to see. Oh my gosh. Andy, you didn't even need full health in there.
No.
What the heck? That was a really awesome room. Good job.
Okay, there's only one more thing we can do on this side of the dungeon since we don't have a bow yet. Oh, God.
You'll be fine. These
We're
are
fine.
just bunnies. They're just bunnies.
They just do a little damage, that's all.
Yeah, you don't want to get hugged by these either. This is also a 2-heart hug. So I'm trying to think, where does the Goma appear here?
One room to the one room north of here, and it blocks 2 item checks.
Okay, but yeah, you can still probably take out the Gliok here
Yeah, we should be able to beat this dungeon.
to clear. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much every one of these rooms has an item drop in it, so there's no skipping any of these huge 10 enemy kill rooms.
29 bombs.
Yep.
Shaking my head right now. What the heck? Bombs are busted in Zelda 1 for people who don't know. Absolutely busted. So, yeah, Andy was talking about clearing these rooms out. So normally here, you could just bomb north, head for the Gliok. Okay, I'm gonna let Andy handle this room. I don't want to talk too much here.
Yeah, no, we're fine. I'm not worried. See, I wasn't worried at all.
You were doing better when I was talking, to be fair. To be fair, you were doing better when I was talking.
Yeah, there's one other room that we end up going into back there. Instead of going straight north to the Gliok, we have to go left one room and kill some Dark Nuts.
Yeah.
The best part is we went far enough in the dungeon that all these blue Dark Nuts respawns. I think it's like, if you go like 6 rooms away, the enemies respawn, or something like that.
But they are also in the health dropping group, though, which is fortunate. And again, you've been fighting really well against them overall. No enemy respawn there because of the bubbles, but here you will get Blue Lagoon too, unfortunately. I can tell who plays Z1R in the chat. Everybody's like, 29 bot. Yeah, I know.
Yep.
Oh, nice fair. There we go. Those heart container drops also from Metroid 1 are paying off pretty big right now.
Yes, I'd have 4 hearts if it weren't for those.
Yeah.
That'd be unpleasant.
Question from the chat. Do you always have the music on when playing? I would assume yes. I don't think I've ever heard the music not on when watching Andy's stream.
Yeah. Some of the randomizers do let me use like custom music, so I'm not listening to the original game music, but for this specifically, yeah, listening to the original music is fine. I don't mind it. Reminds me of my youth.
The one I can think of in particular is Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask uses a add-on called Darunia's Joy, which gives you access to hundreds of tracks. That is red mail for Link to the Past. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I didn't actually want that, if I'm being honest.
Okay, why not? Why not?
Because popular strategy in Link to the Past is death warping in a dungeon to warp back to the beginning if you don't have the magic mirror yet. And all the red mail does is make it take longer. For me, specifically. I don't
Is
have
there
to
any reason
worry.
why
I just don't have to worry. Wasn't really thinking.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's fine. We might come back for this Gleeok as well, since it's just one item and a Triforce piece we don't need right now, and level 8's pretty close to the start. Let's see, we gotta go down here. Yeah, knowing my luck, that Gleeok will be blocking my Moon Pearl or something.
Yeah, Andy's probably going to be looking for level 3 right now because level 3 is not a hard dungeon, can easily clear it. I mean, it's mostly red Dark Nuts and a Manhandla.
Yep.
Pretty easy dungeon to clear.
Back in my very short Zelda 1 speedrunning days, I did 3 first. So 3's not too bad.
Yeah.
That was like 10 years ago already. It's kind of crazy.
Andy, you're going to be dating all of us that much, huh?
Yeah. Listen, I speedrunning for over 13 years now.
No, I get that.
Ugh.
Oth and I both started in 2013. I understand entirely. That is the worst take any I've ever seen.
Yep. All the take any's. All the take any's are the same. They don't have any like useful items. It's all just consumables for now.
That makes sense. What about the paper? What is the? I noticed you picked it up early. Does that give you access to anything good, or is that just for potions?
I think it's just for potions. There's no shop randomizing in this yet either. Don't take my money.
So does that mean you can buy a blue ring here if you find it?
I could, yeah. That's the plan. If we ever find the blue ring shop.
Which is the rare shop.
I also haven't bought the arrow or the meat yet, or a candle. Yeah. So
yeah, candle would give you access to a lot of
We'll be spending this money pretty soon.
Yeah. I mean, this is a show all about randomizers. We've had all kinds of randos on here. Sorry, the sounds don't get old to me.
Yeah, the sounds come a lot more often when I'm playing a game I'm less familiar with, it turns out. Okay, so let's just up A. I could take that other stair. See where they lead. Yeah, I'll buy this candle for now. Getting to the point where it'll be better to just full sweep all these entrances instead of leaving all the bushes behind.
Now, my Zelda rando friends in chat, you know who you are. Andy just bought a blue candle. What will be Andy's next found item? This is a real quiz. Who knows the answer to that? What's Andy finding next?
Oh, the blue candle, probably.
No, that's not what you're finding next.
That's not what I'm finding
people
next?
in chat, that's not what you're finding next. What is Andy finding next? Please feel free to leave a comment on YouTube as well with that answer. Question, would Andy consider returning to Zelda 1 speedruns to improve on a near decade-old PB?
It's on my to-do list.
Cool. Go beat Lax time.
Yeah. Sub 30 would be the goal, probably. I think I got a 34 back in 2015.
By the way, for
good enough
folks,
for me.
I mean, that's not bad. It really isn't. I mean, Andy.
I wasn't paying attention. Listen, I'm so used to Link to the Past where I just spam it left and right, or L and R, constantly while I'm not doing anything, and then I just accidentally use potions all the time. And
No,
so
no,
it's
no,
just
you're
like
good.
it's just in my muscle memory to just fidget with my fingers while I'm walking around.
Oh, yeah. No. I'm just giving you crap. By the way, if you said the red candle, you are correct. The lore in Zelda 1 Randomizer is if you buy an inferior version of an item, the very next thing you're going to find is the upgraded version of that item. That goes for if you buy the regular arrows, you're going to find the silver arrows. If you find the blue ring, you're going to find the red ring. This has been a superstition that has been passed around by a lot of Zelda 1 Rando runners for a while. And it's just, for some reason, it just keeps happening. So we'll see how far, if Andy does find it. It is between 4 games, so it's a little less likely, but we'll see if Andy does find the red candle here.
I would give off a big chuckle if the next thing I find is the red candle.
Next question. Can you randomize enemy drops across games? So a Zelda 1 bomb drop in Super Metroid or a Link to the Past Rubies and Nestroid. Yeah, I believe that is what's going on.
Not
here.
specifically from like enemies.
Oh, okay. Not from enemies.
But like
Okay,
from
gotcha.
item checks, yes. But like you couldn't like kill a guard in Link to the Past and get Super Metroid missiles or anything like that.
Has that been a thing is that a thing in Link to the Past Super Metroid regular?
No.
No. Okay.
I imagine that probably won't be a thing in this either. But who knows?
I just never thought about it that way. Yeah.
I don't think that was a thing in the M1Z1 combo either.
No, I don't think so either. I think I misunderstood what I was reading there. That would be interesting, but also kind of annoying. I kind of like that you can find the drops that correspond to the game you're in, because you don't need those drops when you're in another game, right? Like, you need the drops for the game you're in. So, I get that.
Okay.
Oh, Andy totally could get a sub 30. So Andy, I'm sorry. I was talking earlier. You said you had, what, a 34 in this?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. I mean, back then, I mean, that was really good time. I mean, now there's been a lot of innovation since then.
Go! All right, we're fine. Everything's okay.
Ooh.
The Blue Wizrobes tried.
Well, yeah, and Andy, again, is not going to like this next room.
Blue Wizrobes are the one, like Dark Nuts or whatever. They're relatively easy to deal with. You just got to be aggressive to them like they are to you. But Blue Wizrobes, I'm just gonna lay 18 bombs on the ground and let them take care of it for me.
Oh, maps can show up. Oh, that's terrible.
Yep, maps can be anywhere, and they're always in the dungeon, but they don't have to be in the normal map room. I don't think we can get this item. We might be able to go that way, actually.
Yeah, Andy, again, is somewhat restricted, again, by the absence of the ladder. And again, the scary part is that the ladder can be in any one of these 4 games. I thought it was bad when it could be in any 2 games, but in any of the 4 games seems terrifying.
Very timely fairy drop. Always a fan.
You seem to have pretty, and again, I'm thankful for this, you seem to have pretty good luck with fairy drops.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
Yeah. Couldn't imagine doing this with Wind Sword right now. I'm really happy you have the magical sword.
I wouldn't. I would see 6 and do the first 3 checks and then leave.
Yeah. No kidding.
All right, so we did that. There's only one more item we can check in here before ladder. And it involves killing a lot of Wizrobes.
I don't like that sound.
It also involves surviving this room. Okay, should be fine.
Yeah, Andy couldn't walk through the middle of that room without a ladder, so that was not a fun one, and he got past it.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh man.
I was like watching an Animaniacs episode of Good Idea, Bad Idea in slow motion, Andy. Oh, you just saw it coming.
Yep.
Sandwiches, again, likes are another one of those things that are like Rorschach tests. I've seen pancakes. But I've never seen sandwiches before for that one.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever had a sandwich that looked quite like that, to be honest. His robes. Okay, we're fine. Right, we're fine. I've never been more fine.
You are braver than me. My butt can't take another one of those, Andy. Oh my gosh. Oh
we're
my
fine.
Gosh.
See, I told you.
Oh my gosh. Ah.
I told you we were fine.
Ah. What is your version of fine?
All right, where am I? We are down here. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, nice.
Can I grab this power bomb pack?
Is it? Yeah, that was the white sword item. Since 6 hearts would be the max for that. So the other one was the blue.
No text difference yet, so there's no way to know without just trying to grab it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, we'll take the extra power bombs though for Metroid. Okay, so Andy is going for the silver arrow prophecy. The silver arrow. I mean, honestly, that's a good one to take. It's a good one to take. Andy's somehow already down to 14, now 13 bombs.
Yeah, I wonder what happens. That's all right. We won't be seeing too many more blue whiz robes, most likely. So,
all right, what's under? And it's just a heart container for Link to the Past. Now again, Andy still has a lot of bushes to burn in the forest as well. Still has the raft spot, the coast. Still lots here in Zelda Randomizer.
Yep, we this is usually how it goes. Get a couple Zelda 1 items, and then we're in here for quite a while. I just lost track of where I was. Yeah, we didn't want to go this way. All right, we almost died to a pea hat because I wasn't paying attention.
I was gonna say, you want to hug a pea hat? I am happy though that those aren't in the dungeon, Andy. We actually had to request Fred to remove those from the dungeons because pea hats are a pain in dungeons. You have to wait till they stop till you can actually attack them.
Yeah, they sure are.
And if you have those in a room with bubbles, well, it's not a very pleasant room. All right, another fairy for Andy.
Planned. Wow, thanks for... I'll be sure to show the old woman this 1 rupee. Thank you.
It's Greg. Okay, so this is where 9 normally is. 9's not there. It is a
just
door
take my money. I don't want to walk all the way back here. Take my money. we got a refund. Okay, we missed one entrance in that area, and we can get there pretty easily. So,
talk about the forgotten spot.
Yep. Level 7.
Check's here, right up to the meat check, because I don't think you have the meat yet.
We don't have ladder yet either, so we can't get to the meat.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We also can't get the dig dogger check because we don't have the recorder.
I mean, you can't use your controller to do it?
We cannot, unfortunately.
No, does the recorder work in this game the same way it works in Z1M1, where if you haven't found a dungeon location yet, you can use it to locate dungeons? Or actually, your Triforce pieces aren't scattered, so I guess you couldn't do that.
I believe it works the same as it does in vanilla, so it only takes you to dungeons you've completed.
Gotcha. If your Triforce pieces ever get scattered, though, let's say that's interchangeable with the other games eventually, if you find the recorder, it will take you to dungeons you haven't completed yet, but only if that feature is a thing.
Oh, wow. That is pretty cool. I don't think I've only done one Z1M1, so I don't know too much about the features that are possible in there yet.
Oh, hey, Spike. Yeah, Andy's pretty good
Spike
at this.
Vegeta?
Yeah. This Rando's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's kind of like a miracle that this works at all, let alone the fact that it works relatively well. Oh my, we're fine.
Oh, by the way, we did cross the 2-hour. Oh gosh, I just looked at your the 2-hour threshold. So whenever you're done with this dungeon, the check's in here. We can take another break.
Sounds good to me. I can't believe we're at the 2-hour mark already.
Time flies when you're randoing, you know?
More link to the past heart containers that I don't really need. Don't need the compass. All right, we got one more check in here. All right. That's it for level 7.
All right. All right, so we are going to stop the timer for our second wellness break. Again, this is a long one in terms of the randomizers. So one quick note here before we go to our second wellness break. GDQ's AAPI celebration will be live this weekend on May 3rd and 4th. Celebrate AAPI Heritage Month with a weekend full of Asian and Pacific. Welcome back to Random Number Generation. I'm joined here by the twitch.tv/Andy, and this is the Quad Randomizer. That's right, Link to the Past, Super Metroid, Metroid 1, Zelda 1, and oh my goodness, this has been such a blast to do. Andy, we're just going to start the timer ASAP because there's still so much more to cover.
Yeah, we're gonna try to bust out a couple more dungeons before the top of the hour. So let's just jump right back in. 3, 2, 1, go.
Also, hi there. It looks like we have a friend and gamer in the stream. Lobos, how you doing? It's good to see y'all. Hi, Kelsey.
My man,
asking about you too.
My man Lobos. I love that guy.
Yeah, we all friends here.
Oh, that was the wrong bush. Turns out.
But yeah, welcome on in, everybody. It's wonderful to have you here. Yeah, Lobo's going to be on right after this on Game Masters. Again, we have a ton of just awesome entertainment here for y'all tonight here on GDQ Hotfix. So again, till about the top of the hour, we're going to be doing this quad rando here. Then Lobos will be on Game Masters shortly after that. So we're happy to have y'all aboard.
Yeah, for those of you coming in or who maybe missed the start, we're doing a quad randomizer. Hold on, let me drink this potion real quick. If you're familiar with some of the combo randos that exist, there's the OT Majora's Mask combo randomizer, the Super Metroid Link to the Past combo randomizer, and the Zelda 1 Metroid 1 combo randomizer. This is a quad randomizer with Zelda 1, Metroid 1, Link to the Past, and Super Metroid all wrapped in one tightly packed Super Nintendo game. All of the there's portals in all of the games to get in between them. So it's all all this is just on but on one little tiny ROM and playable on a Super Nintendo as well. It's not emulator only, which is crazy. It's a miracle that this works, to be quite honest. I think there is a Oracle Games combo randomizer as well. I don't know how developed it is, but I think one does exist.
Yeah, I mean, never say never. Every single time a rando seems ridiculous to exist, all of a sudden we have the latest and greatest thing. It's like, wait, this is a thing too?
2025 is a great year to be a retro gamer.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And then also, too, we have, as of this recording, the Switch 2 will be out soon, if you can believe that one already.
We found where all the potion ladies are hiding.
Yeah, it's the corner of happy and healthy over there.
All right. Oh, a whole lot of nothing up here in Northeast Hyrule.
Yeah, Lost Hill's not looking good right now. But again, there's still so much in this game. Again, this game doesn't seem like there's a lot of checks, Andy, until you told me that every single, or most of the dungeon rooms, rather, are checks unto themselves. Because at first I'm like, that doesn't seem right. Zelda 1 doesn't have a lot of checks. And then you told me, oh, no, it's every room. I'm like, oh, yep. That'll do it.
Yeah, we'll probably we're looking for level 3 right now. That's the big find. Once we find that, we'll probably head back to A Link to the Past and either finish that up or head back to Super Metroid and explore a little bit.
Yeah, I want to make it clear to the folks who just arrived here shortly before. This is a showcase. Andy is not expected to finish this. This rando cannot run upwards of about 5 to 8 hours if completed. If it can be completed, because again, it's still in its early stages. Sometimes a bug can be found and it's possible for it to not be finished, because again, this is the early stage. So Andy's just kind of giving a taste of what this looks like. And again, I've been very hyped by this the entire time. I've been thoroughly enjoying everything that this quad rando has to offer.
I don't know if I've seen the TV commercial for this game.
I don't think I have. That was a little before my time.
Yeah, a little before my time as well.
I'm old. I'm not that old.
The Paul Rudd Super Nintendo commercial has been resurfacing on the internet since they kind of did Nintendo had Paul Rudd do another commercial for the Switch 2 and did a couple callbacks to the OG SNES commercial he did back in the day.
Have I tried this yet? No, but after watching this, I think I will give it a try. The only thing is Link to the Past is definitely going to be the thing that holds me back, but I've completed it once casually. I feel like that might be all that I need in this context. I know enough really well about the other 3 games where I feel like that might be able to get me through Link to the Past.
You just gotta call on Author Blues to help out a little bit, and that's all.
Yeah.
He does a Zelda every once in a while.
Every once in a while, yeah.
Definitely not for the entire month of April.
Sorry, I had to pick on you. You got so excited about the rap spots, and they were both horrible.
Yep, they were, in fact, both nothing.
Sorry. Anyways, I didn't want to miss out on that moment there. All right, what else we have?
My God.
The mirror is ladder blocked. Are you kidding me right now? That's
All right. Okay, well, we found 9. Can't do anything in there.
That's the pig pen. I can't believe the mirror is ladder blocked. Andy, I warned you about that ladder. I warned you about how BS that ladder is.
Yeah.
If we weren't on GDQ, Andy, I'd have some more choice words for what we just witnessed.
I did a test run earlier today of this just to make sure this build didn't have any like major problems that hadn't been found yet, because the build that I'm playing on got pushed this afternoon. So I needed to make sure that it wasn't like completely busted. And everything worked fine, but I didn't find the ladder in my test run either. So here's hoping.
It's always the ladder, Andy. You'll find the more of these that you do, that it is always the ladder. No matter how bad things get, you always have to blame that ladder.
Yeah, the ladder also just locks like so much in this game.
It really does.
It locks a ton of dungeons.
By the way, I just found out today, because I had to look it up, that hint references where vanilla level 8 is, because it made no sense to me whatsoever. I'm like, that is not a dead end. I'm sorry. It's such a confusing hint.
Yeah.
Thanks, Big Head. That's how we feel about the ladder in our community.
All right, we found the blue ring shop.
Ring. Yeah.
We're a little short on cash at the moment, but that's okay.
That's the one disappointing thing about this so far. But again, it's in the early stages, to be fair. I kind of miss the shops being more of a thing. I like being able to go shopping for some fun, relevant items.
Yeah, that would be nice. I'm sure that's in the timeline as well.
Oh yeah. And again, like you said before, we're trying to just make sure that the duct tape holds everything together first, which is more than reasonable.
That's not a candle.
You can't bomb a bush, Andy.
There I go again, fidgeting with my thumbs.
No, if I had $1 for every time I bombed a bush, I'd at least have $50 to $80, all right?
Yeah, all we're really looking for is level 3, and then I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully it's not bracelet locked. But we are running out of entrances kind of quickly.
Yeah, so what do you have left? Just this lower forest and coast?
Yeah, we have this lower forest coast, and we have a couple things in like the Lost Woods area with the candle, since I did not have the candle when I went over there earlier.
I mean, honestly, it could be worse. The one of the seeds that I played for Fatal, I used a wand with a book as my first kind of makeshift candle to use to get to the raft, and the raft spot had my first candle. It was totally out of logic, and there was an easier one on Death Mountain, but like that's what I had to work with at the time. So, I mean, Rando can do some wild things.
Yeah, I'm of the opinion that if I see the book, I am not going to touch it, and I will just leave it there forever.
If you ever play Shapes, though, where your book is an atlas, you'll want the book.
Oh, yeah. The book has better uses in normal Z1 Rando, for sure.
All right, so found some link to the past bomb. Now, I take it the link to the past bombs also don't have a cap on it right now?
No, they do.
They do?
Yes.
Really? So why is it for one game but not for another? That's interesting.
I think it wasn't intentional. I think when total, we're gonna
don't grab that. Sorry,
just
Betty.
In case. Well, let's
still
find
love
out.
you, Betty. No, don't do it.
Oh. Yeah, well, we're fine. It's still a magical sword.
Andy, jeez.
You know, sometimes I gotta sacrifice for the greater good.
For science, right?
Exactly.
Jeez, Andy.
I think something just happened with the bomb cap code when Total ported the NES game to the SNES. And it wasn't intentional or expected, but once we found out it was a bug, he was like, well, that's going to be the lowest priority bug to fix on my list. Because who doesn't like having 34 bombs at any given point?
By the way, I think Chad enjoyed when you went to go grab the white sword. Really
doing QA live on GDQ, absolutely. Anything to help the dev process of this bad boy.
Science, is that one of the devs in chat right there? Someone said the definitive answer to my question. I was just curious.
Total is one of the only devs.
Okay.
There are a couple others who help with certain aspects of it, but Total is pretty much one of the only ones who does a sizable amount of work. I think Andy Pro has been helping a lot with some of the NES game bug fixes, slowly but surely.
Yeah, Andy, you can't pick up the key with that. What are you doing? Longest text in the game, I'm pretty sure.
Yup. It's so bad. Why does the old man talk at 15 words per minute? I don't want to listen to that text box a second time so bad. I'm just going to up A. All right, so we're skipping that small key, which is fine. A couple more checks in here. Yeah, all the dungeons it's actually pretty cute. All the dungeons are laid out like an animal or an object in Zelda 1 for the most part. And then obviously level 9 is the behemoth of them all with the big skull. Yeah, I've actually never done a Shapes Zelda 1 randomizer before, so I'm saving that for whenever that ends up making its way to Quad Rando, for better or for worse. All right. We found level 3. I'm satisfied. Let's get out of this game.
Yeah.
We've been here a while.
It didn't seem as fruitful as I hoped it would be.
Yeah. I feel the same way.
So where is everything then? I mean, obviously the mirror's on the coast in Zelda 1, that's terrible. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we might not be getting that mirror today.
Yeah.
I was just starting to enjoy Zelda 1.
I'm telling you, it's the latter. Andy playing with Cave Shuffle and Shapes 1. Again, Shapes is not a thing yet here, but if you're talking about just Z1R with Shapes, I mean, I'd love to see that personally.
I've actually never done just a Z1 rando. That's actually not true. I did my first one on Sunday.
Okay.
And it was a good time. I enjoyed it. I didn't finish, but it was a good time. But yeah, I have not messed with Shapes yet.
Yeah, the setting I use is called Consternation. That's what I typically play on Fred's Randomizer. Not saying it's a friendly setting, but it's the one I use. Okay, so not going into the dungeon. I think so.
We've already explored in there, so we do not need to.
Nice. Definitely going to leave this up to you because I don't know my butt from my elbow yet on Link to the Past. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, we don't have too much left to do here, really. It's probably like 10 or so entrances, maybe 15. It shouldn't take too much longer before we end up just going back to Super Metroid.
That doesn't surprise me.
But
question, is there a place where I can send a comment to the dev? Is it on that website, Andy?
there should be a Discord link. Well, I say there should be. Let me look at the website and see if there's a Discord link on the website.
Might be able to look.
Get involved, resources. Yep, there is a link to the Quad Randomizer Discord that you can go in there. There should be a suggestions channel of some sort.
I'm gonna repost that the link to the website since Richard did that earlier.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Oh, there you go. Oh, Richard's got it. Okay, it is pinned in chat. Thank you, Richard.
Thanks, Richard.
Thank you, Richard. You're the best. And here is Andy's Twitch as well, because you definitely should drop Andy
Yep,
a
that's
follow.
me.
Yeah.
I'll also probably be finishing this tomorrow for those interested, since I almost certainly don't think I can finish this up in 25 minutes, unfortunately.
No, and I want to know where this ladder is too. It's bothering me right now. If it's during the day, I'll definitely put it on because I want to see where it is.
Let's see. We have this cave here that I think will take me to Death Mountain. And then we just have North Hyrule, and then that's pretty much it.
And as for everyone in chat as well, if you have enjoyed the randomizer on this show, remember to continue. We do have Game Masters again after this, which is going to be amazing. And also, we do have RNG here every other week here on GDQ Hotfix as well. So be sure to stay tuned on the GDQ schedule and show up for more episodes of Random Number Generation. We got a lot of neat randos on here. Okay, the pug as the bunny is adorable.
Yep. It's just a pug in a little bunny outfit.
That's so cute.
All right, let's check this pyramid. And then let's get out of the Dark World. We don't want to explore too much as a bunny. I've been on GDQ once or twice before.
Oh, just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just not even like last week, though, you know?
That was 2 weeks ago, to be fair. I think.
Yeah, that's
I don't
true.
know. This month has been a blur, so maybe it was last week, and I'm already forgetting.
No, it was definitely 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I actually saw somebody post like a GDQ archive website or something, and you could type in runner names and see all the runs they've done.
Oh, that's cool.
And I was up to 17 when I checked last year at some point, which is a lot.
Oh, I think I just found that. I haven't seen this before. That's kind of neat.
So yeah, you may have seen me once or twice. Mayhaps. Alright, magic bats there. We don't need that. Oh, I just want to get to Death Mountain.
Okay, I'm up to 10 because it counted the fatales too, so.
Yeah, it has like fatales runs. It might have hotfix runs. I don't remember.
It does not. I just have the online GDQs, the in-person GDQs, and the fatale in my case, so I have 10.
It is really cool that all that stuff is, you know, in one place.
I can't believe it's been 10 already for me between those three things, so dang. Andy, we're old.
We are old. I've never been banned in Eddie's stream before. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, a whole lot of nothing here. I think I have, what, 2 more entrances in Link to the Past before I just gotta commit to Super Metroid again.
I mean, that's not such a bad thing. You like Super Metroid. At least I think you like Super Metroid.
I do enjoy Super Metroid. What a good video game.
I want to see the Kirby sprite one more time tonight anyways, so that works for me.
All right, it's not here either. All right, so we got one more door. We have enough money for Zora as well, and it's Super Metroid time. Another funny thing about this is that ladder that locks my mirror also locks my Titan's mitts, which is cool. So the ladder is just a hard wall in this seed, it turns out. There they are, right there. We've been staring at them the whole time.
Why am I not surprised, Andy? The ladder being a block and even a quad, Rando. Raise your hand if you're surprised in chat.
I could cheat and get those pretty quick if the chat wants a fun little glitch to look at.
I mean, glitches are allowed here. I mean, it is a speedrunning channel, Andy. That's permitted.
Chat, do you guys like fun little glitches? Oh, that's Ganon's Tower entrance. Can't do anything from there. I mean, the mitts don't even do anything for me right now anyways.
I was going to say, does that even accomplish anything for you right now?
Nope.
I mean, other than just looking cool.
Yeah, my second gloves are behind mirror, behind ladder, wherever that ends up being.
I love that logo, Zima.
Hey, there's the wood sword.
Oh, is that
should we try grabbing that one too?
I mean, first of all, why is Woodrow there? Second of all, I wouldn't recommend it.
You donated for glitchless. True. Yeah, we'd be doing a slight variation of the walk on water glitch. Oh no, there's Zelda 1 heart. That's nice.
Yeah.
Well, we'll show off a little for the fans before
Why not?
Before I leave for Super Metroid. Yeah, even deleting some splashes won't work here because we need a way to get up the hill over there. We can clip into this wall and we jump weirdly. Did I go too far? I might have gone too far. Oh yeah, I got stuck. We're fine. I wasn't supposed to scroll myself back up, I think. But if we scroll... Flip into this wall here, and then go downwards while we're kind of like in the transition already, we get this auto scroll that lets us just jump right onto this little ledge. Like it was nothing. We borrowed Link's climbing ability from Tears of the Kingdom for that one, actually.
By the way, if you have not seen this Kirby sprite yet, it's adorable.
You have gone too far. I do have to go this way. Okay, that's unfortunate.
So, did the sprite exist first, or did the shirt exist first, Andy?
The sprite existed first, actually. I don't know if the shirt is because the sprite existed. But I saw this shirt on the Yeti one day, and I was like, man, I think I just am legally obligated to buy this one because of this sprite. So here we are. I'll see where this takes me. I don't think we went this way before, so this should... Oh, all right. This map's a little broken.
Just a little bit, Andy.
I need to... Yeah, so the map rando... Oh, map rando aspect of this is still extremely early in development. It works... Oh my goodness. It works well enough.
Chet says ice isn't marked, but we're gonna wait till you're safe.
Oh, that's fine. I forgot I got Ice Beam, actually. Let's see, what else do I have? Morph, Grav, Ice, Wave. Yep, okay.
Yeah, I assume that was a Yeti shirt. I mean, I don't know how many of us have like half their wardrobe is Yeti shirts. I unashamedly will admit that. But no, Yeti makes some cool stuff. They really do. Yeah, I noticed that the baby took away all of your HP for a second time, Andy. Why is that the case?
Every time you go through the baby room from right to left, you will get full health drains. But if you go through it left to right, the baby doesn't show up.
Oh, okay.
So it does make you like think about how you're wandering through Super Metroid for sure, because you don't want to just lose your health to the baby every single time unless you're forced to. So you have to think of either ways to refill right after with like a crystal flash or something, which I could do. Or learning how to baby skip is pretty important in the higher level of map randos. I have no idea what room this is. Oh, okay.
It's that one.
Save room. All right, let's jump down here. And we can just warp back to the save station if there's nothing. Art piece, and I think that was a missile. Yeah. So we'll see if I survive this. I'll probably die here. Oh no, okay. I thought those did way more damage. We're fine. But yeah, the really cool thing about Super Metroid Map Rando is like the whole map being randomized but also functional in the game is really, really cool and like kind of, technologically impressive. And the map also like completely makes sense. Like if you laid it out on pen and paper and, tried to draw it, like no rooms would overlap. The really incredible feat that they got it working that way.
This is the beginning of Turian? Well, that room was.
Yes,
oh,
that room was the room on the way to Turian elevator. Yeah.
You and these crabs again.
Super Metroid crabs are just as scary as Link to the Past crabs.
Every time I see a crab in a game now, I'm going to think about Andy V. Crab.
Tale as old as time.
And now suddenly we have the, what is this, something highway?
Yeah, this is the Forgotten Highway.
The Forgotten Highway, yep.
So you never see this outside of, and you never see it in a speedrun. Just in casual playthroughs and randomizers. A lot of nothing over here.
Well, you got a little bit of health back. But yeah, in terms of items, yes. Yeah, that's how I remembered this as the Forgotten Highway, because I remember there not being much of anything around here.
Yeah, it's just an alternate way into wreck ship normally. But you don't need to go that way at all. Oh, that's Terminator. There's a... 1, 2, 3, 4. That's Speedway. Okay, so we can't do too much here. That Speed Booster.
Watch, after all of this, you have to go to you have to go to Metroid 1 near Ridley.
Yeah. Once we left Metroid 1 the first time, we kind of just wrote off the rest of Metroid 1. It's not going to happen today.
You should have just kept going to Ridley's lair. I'm just saying.
We'll save that for tomorrow.
If that's where the ladder ends up being, which by the way is my call, I think the ladder is going to be behind Ridley because I have found it there so many times it's not even funny.
There's one item up here. Let's see how much time we have. Like 10 minutes left. Let's just go to this other area, see what we can find.
And also, Andy, I want to allow you enough time for some shout-outs as well, because you've spent so much time here, between the planning stages of this and, oh my goodness gracious, energy burn, Batman. I want to make sure you have enough time to provide some shout-outs.
Yeah, sure. We can definitely figure something out.
Oh, the toilet!
Yep, love the toilet. The toilet is the one room in the game that can overlap with other rooms on the map because that's what it does in the vanilla game.
I'm impressed with how many names for rooms I've actually been able to remember so far here.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I love Super Metroid. Super Metroid just has a name for almost every single room in the entire game. Regardless of how silly it is. Or how, inconsequential the room is. Oh, there's a lot of heat here.
Just a little bit, Andy. That's the Shine Spark area.
Yeah, that's where you learn how to Shine Spark normally. And you inevitably get Speed Booster and just hold run through this room. And you fall down a pit. Ooh, okay. I might not be able to get back up from this.
I was thinking about that.
Since we don't have that Speed Booster yet. We'll see. There's a failsafe. If you do get locked, you can yeah, this is a different room. Okay. If you hard reset, you always spawn back in A Link to the Past. As like a failsafe.
Oh, nice. Nice bounce.
Yeah, solid chance we're speed locked down here.
But yeah, shoutouts. If there's anyone you want to talk about or thank or anything you want to talk about, now is your time.
Shoutouts to Total, the dev of this, and everyone else who helps. Metal Machine has been helping. Andy Pro has been helping. Balson has been helping. Oh yeah, wow, that was an instant speed lock. Okay, let's just take a death in here and go back to the save. But yeah, Total putting this all together is really cool. We've been joking about this for years, pretty much. That's how SMZ3 started. Was back in the day, there was a lot of overlap in the Link to the Past and Super Metroid speedrunning communities, and there was always jokes what if we just made them both one game? And then Total was the guy crazy enough to do it. And so without him, none of this absolutely would be possible right now. He's crazy. And yeah, thanks Sky for having me on the show, of course. It's always a pleasure. All right, let's go up there real quick.
I think Billy May's room is another name of a room.
Billy May's room is, in fact, another name of a room.
I love Billy May's.
Yeah, the but wait, there's more room.
Look at that pose. Look at that pose going up the elevator.
Yeah, I think the Hotarubi room is specifically the missile pack in that room, because that room is the spring ball maze room. But the missile pack was OG speedrunner Hotarubi would always get that missile pack in his Super Metroid speedruns.
Oh yeah, the Franker Z room. Yep, I remember that. Yeah, if you want to look into some of the names of the Super Metroid rooms, I would recommend a ton of the older Super Metroid speedruns. A lot of the commentators do a fantastic job of covering the names of the rooms. And there's been a lot of... Oh, Andy, no.
No, we're fine.
Okay. There's been a lot of historic Super Metroid runs during GDQ. Andy has been a part of a lot of historic Super Metroid runs.
Oh, all right, nothing here either.
Wow.
Man, I feel like the game wants me to go back to Metroid 1.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's Ridley's Lair. It's got to be Ridley's Lair. Or what if it's that one orphan check in Crane's Lair? Remember the one where you're like, there's nothing there?
Yeah, I do remember that one as well.
I feel like there's nothing there.
We don't talk about that one either.
We don't talk about that one either? All right.
All right, let's see if we can find one more fun item before we sign off here for the day.
When do you start tomorrow, just so I can keep track of this, because I have to see what happens next.
We'll probably start around noon Eastern.
All right, I'll do my best to be there. I have to see what happens next here. This is too good.
Yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed. You know, if you, I forgot, it's this heated room.
Andy, it's the heated room.
Okay, that's fine. I just need power bomb. Of course, that's not a power bomb. Let's see. But yeah, twitch.tv/Andy. I stream there most days of the week. I post on Blue Sky sometimes.
You do YouTube as well?
I do YouTube as well.
All right, cool.
Yeah, twitch.tv/Andy. You can find me everywhere else if you can find me there. So, so did I count this right? It's the Speedway? Yeah, okay. I don't think...
Thanks, Richard.
Yeah, we need a better beam for that bad boy. Oh, thanks, Richard.
Hey, you deserve it, Andy.
Yeah, I don't think we have enough health to get down worst room in the game.
Oh yeah, worst room in the game. Yep. Now, I don't know if anybody has a MySpace still, to be honest. I had one at one point.
The glory days of social media.
Maybe Tom still has MySpace.
Yeah, you need Spazer or Plasma Beam for that trick. Alright, as long as this isn't another heated room.
Alright.
Okay. Wow, that's just a health refill. Cool. All right, well, yeah, we'll give going up worst room in the game. Oh yeah, this is gonna be really bad. we'll give this one shot, and then when I die, we can send it off. Oh God.
All right. Don't forget to save whatever progress you've made here for tomorrow.
We have to do this really tight wall jump. Oh my God, I can't believe I got it. Hold on.
Holding.
Okay.
I'm impressed.
Me too, I'm gonna be honest. Oh yeah, this was toilet. I don't remember what was down here.
That's probably, I'm not gonna lie, that's I always am asked to send like highlights of good speed tech. I can't think of a better one than what you just did there in the closing seconds.
Oh yeah, okay.
That was really good.
Oh yeah, I can't be too upset with getting through that room extremely quickly. Oh hey, we found a bunch of items. That's cool. We get 2 quick item checks before we get to send it off. Oh, that's a map. Is this Torian? No, okay. Oh, I guess we have the map already. The Torian map breaks everything because Torian doesn't normally have a map. It's a small key for Zelda 1. All right, what a great way to send
crab.
it off. Yep, and a crab.
It's Metroid. It's Metroid. I'm telling you now. It's like Clue. It's Metroid with the wrench in Ridley's lair.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, thank you so much, Sky, for having me. I appreciate it a lot.
Of course.
If you're interested in trying out the quad randomizer, Richard did post a link earlier, but it's quad.alpha.samus.link. I also love that the website is samus.link as like the main domain. That's so cool. But yeah, check it out for yourself. There's a Discord you can join. Lots of other people have been doing it as of late. It is pretty intimidating, but it is a really, really cool feat to be a part of. But yeah, take it away, Sky.
All right. So again, this isn't the end of our broadcast. Real quick note on my part, no RNG on the 13th. There will still be some lovely GDQ Hotfix broadcasting, but we will be back on the May 27th with RNG with